Hi everybody, it's Page's MMA Dad, Rich Finaldi. It is Monday night, October 6th. I just want to come to you, and I hope that your walk with the Lord is ever increasing, and I pray that the peace of Jesus Christ is in your soul, the security and the love is just, His love is just surrounding you. What I want to talk to you about today, just for a quick few minutes, is about living the Christian life. And I've talked about this just so many times in my videos. To put it plainly, we can't live the Christian life. Our attempt to live the Christian life is a pathetic attempt at being perfect like Jesus Christ or God, in God Himself. Okay? Now, Jesus said, be perfect in heaven. Be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Now, we don't truly understand what that means. We can understand in bits and pieces, hopefully a little bit more and more before we go to be with the Lord. But what we truly don't understand is that anything in our effort, anything in our fervence or our attempt to be like Jesus, we can be like Jesus, we can act like Jesus, but that does not mean Jesus is living His life throughout us. And once again, I will always say, the Christian life is not, growing in the Lord, and the Christian life is not becoming better. And because a lot of prayers, and you even hear them in church, Lord, make us more like you, make us more like you. And that's true. We become Christ-like. But growing in the Lord is not sinning less, per se. It's not our ability to sin less and overcome certain areas of our life. It is the ability to see our inability that we can live the Christian life. In other words, we see our sin more and more in our flesh. We actually see our humanity. The growth in the Lord is simply this, okay? It is the ability to see our inability to ever live a godly life, a sinless life, or the Christian life, we cannot in our own strength, in our own power, live the Christian life. You hear this time and time again. People are saying this, but they truly don't get it. And that means you have to live every moment, every thought, every action the way Jesus did, and that's impossible. We cannot do it despite every attempt we try. The mentally strongest, toughest people in the world can't do it. Every attempt is futile. It's futile. You cannot do it. The byproduct of seeing that we can't live the Christian life and we see our sinful human nature, the byproduct of that is humility, and the byproduct of that is mercy and compassion, and that is where Christ can live through us, and that's when the fruit of the Spirit is born, is bared through us. Like John the Baptist said, I must decrease and He must increase. Okay? If we could live by any mantra, anything, if we could think of anything better, we must decrease. Every aspect about our human nature is at enmity with God. Okay? When God told Satan at the Garden of Eden that after he had caused and tempted Eve and Adam to sin. Okay? God said to the devil, I will put enmity between you and the woman. And he was talking about Mary. Putting enmity means that you will have a block. You will have no access to Mary's womb, because she had the virgin birth and she was not made pregnant by natural means like everybody else in human history. Okay? Now, that enabled Christ. He didn't only, you see, he forgave us of our sins, past, present, future. Everybody knows that, okay? Most people know that anyway. But he came to live the perfect life that we could never live from the womb to the death, okay? To the death. So, basically, like Tullian Tavigian says from Coral Ridge Presbyterian Church, who his teaching has really, truly blessed me. He has said, Jesus did not come to make bad people good. He came to make dead people alive. And let me tell you something, people, do you really understand what that means? He did not come to make the drug addict get off drugs and say, look, I'm not on drugs anymore. He did not come to say the adulterer or adulteress, I'm going to make you stop cheating on your wife or husband. He didn't say to the drunkard, I'm going to stop making you an excessive drunk and drinking too much. Those things are byproducts of the fruit of the Spirit if people are delivered from those areas of their life. But the only thing is that Jesus came to make people alive from being dead. Anyway, I don't think, maybe this message didn't come off the most eloquent, and snappy as I have in the past, but man, I cannot preach enough how as I move on day by day, my inability to live the Christian life, and what it gives me is this more unconditional acceptance and love towards others, and that's all Jesus ever wanted. That's all he ever wanted. And love is the fulfillment of the law of God, because we love because he first loved us. Okay, while we were sinners, Christ died for us. He took the initiative to die for us because he knew not 1 ounce, not one fiber in our human natures could ever even begin to fulfill the law of God. Anyway, everybody have a great night, and I pray that this message blesses you, because it'll bless you to allow yourself to be yourself at work, at home, in church, and anywhere else. Because God knows you for who you are inside and out. You don't have to be afraid of who you are. You don't have to be afraid of what you say, what you don't say. You don't have to be afraid of rejection. You don't have to be afraid of anything. God bless you. Until next time, take care.